welcome to my creative world in Minecraft. So, when I decided to sign up for Skizzlecraft, I immediately thought to myself, I need to plan things. So I jumped on to a flat world, which probably was my downfall. You'll see why later. Something just died. But I decided to take inspiration from a location that is actually very near and dear to my heart. Let me sit on my bad attempt of tree roots here to show you. So this is designed very similarly to the old family farm back in Czechia. And I'll see if I can find something to put up to show, but basically you have a gate, which is where I put the water instead, because I thought, that could feel a little bit close in. And then you have this courtyard. You'd have your home on the right, workshops or animals towards the back, and then to your left. Now, I have really modified things to kind of give a little more free reign, and I will say, I made this model. Did I follow it? No. I will talk about that when I get there, but essentially, I wanted to play around with some ideas with styling and decor. I mean, this is kind of very cottagecore-esque, and I will be remedying some of that with some cottage gore if I can get my hands on some stupid skeleton skulls. Skeletons have killed me the most on Skizzlecraft. But yeah, I felt like for a starter base, this would give me enough room. Now, of course, on the server, I can go as high as I want, as low as I want, and so forth within my chunk area. But I figured that I could have just sort of like some aesthetic stuff here with some animals, maybe pig, cow, sheep. I have the sheep, I have to find the other two. And then back here I could have like workshops and so forth, so that house could be pretty and decorated. So going inside, I kind of did something with my design that's practical as well as unpractical. So let me get rid of these blocks here so you can see the full thing. So in Minecraft, if you do not have a proper storage system, it is called you have a chest monster. I thought that when I designed this idea of having barrels as beams was clever storage. Problem. On the Skizzlecraft server, I cannot remember what barrel has what. So I actually have some ugly signs in different spots saying, like, this is your stone, this is this, and then all the way around the room I have these. So I don't know, I like the idea of keeping my storage rather close and not having an entire room dedicated to it, but a barrel does not hold that much, I found. I underestimated how much grinding I would be doing for resources. And so I need to figure out, because you want to prevent lag in everything with a server. So I'm going to have probably a small storage room where I have double chests and, let's see, chest. Nope. Typing one-handed. Here we go. Let me put this here. So to do a double chest, I mean, this versus this. I think for some stuff I will keep in barrels, like stuff that won't stack. So that would be armor, some potions, stuff of that capacity, and any frequently used items at the door like food, certain types of building blocks, and then everything else I will keep in chests. But I have to figure that out. The one part that I have avoided so far is, you kind of see it the best with these. I don't have these blocks yet because we haven't updated to 1.20. But let me turn my character stuff back on. So this is what's called a wall in Minecraft. Do I have it on me? Nope. So turn that back off. One thing that I try to do when I'm building models in Minecraft is that I try to figure out how to make things not look so flat. So walls is sort of my go-to. I have not done that yet. Which means that my stuff kind of looks bleh, in my opinion. But it's like, even over here when I was doing the barn and workshop situation, you know, I have all of this granite that I just made into walls so that you have this depth in the game. Now, my house on the Skizzlecraft server does not have a roof. And I've sort of decided that it may never have a roof. Let me go to a different world. Let's see. I'm trying to remember. Let's just go in 1.20 survival gameplay. And of course, I'm not even on the right kind of Minecraft version. I'm in Bedrock right now. I should be in Java, but come on, have mercy. So basically I am in, let's see. Well, the ravine is correct. But I am in a biome that is, aha, here we go. So this is similar to my biome. And let me do command, make, no. What's the stupid thingy called? Sleep. I think that's the command. I don't know. Oh, come on, game. Game. Be nice to me. Alright, fine. Let's just turn things as daylight all the time. Can I do that, though? Yeah, always day. Here we go. Okay. So I am in this transitional biome where we have part birch forest and then dark oak. I will talk about this later when I'm on the server to explain. But basically, I was planning on being in the taiga, and I was... I can get my revenge on you here. Yeah. Okay. Squirrel brain, sorry. I was planning on being in a taiga, which is spruce trees and some other stuff. But looking on the map, it was so far away from spawn, and we didn't have any easy ways to travel, so I thought, you know, I'm 1,700 and something blocks away from where everybody else is. I'm just going to put my bed down, put my sign down, and say, this is mine. Which is quite literally what happened. So I'm having to deal with these ginormous trees and these birch trees and a hilly area with a lot of... I mean, this is kind of similar, but I have lush caves everywhere in the game. I have just like a bunch of clay, a bunch of pretty things, but that's not the flat terrain that I built my model on. And on top of that, I don't know if that, you know, Czech farmstead style will look good. So I have to start figuring out what I will do for a roof, because so far I've built my roof out of leaves, you know, these guys. And I'm thinking that it might actually look better. Let's go back to the model, because I started playing around with the idea. I started playing around with the idea of actually having the house farm complex thing be sort of surrounded, engulfed by trees. Have I made a tree in Minecraft before? No. Well, small ones. But as you can see, I was trying to figure out how to make a big towering one so that there could be a branch that cuts through what should have been the roof. And then as it goes up and up and up, it changes. So I was thinking of like sort of, because I'll take a snapshot of what my starter base looks like. Because I'm right up against the back of a hill on this mountain, my thought was I could extend the mountain towards my base on the backside, and then have these roots of all of the surrounding trees just engulfing different parts of it. So let me turn the thing on so I can see what I'm doing. So it'd be kind of like this. So we would start on the ground and then have sort of this building archway of roots, just sort of encompassing everything, cutting through the house, cutting through the workshops, cutting through, all of these different things with like future farms, future buildings and so forth. And one thing with doing something like that is it looks very organic. And I like doing these organic builds, and I think that's because I watch a lot of Good Times with Scar, and he knows how to build that. And I also watch a lot of Iskal, and he made an entire base, a giant tree, one season of Hermitcraft. But it's like, with something like that, and if I were to find yep, does not look good. If I had the other trees around, it would look really good. But to kind of, I don't want to build a mega base, but I love this idea of just sort of nature taking over. Especially with, a build like this that's inspired off of where my family actually lived in Czechia. I like the idea of nature's reclaimed part of it, but people are still defiantly living in there. I really like the storytelling play on that, because again, like I said, I've built this based off of a location that is very near and dear to my family. I basically built the house, the farm, and the farmhouse that my second great grandfather was born in. So it's like, to try to figure out how to combine that with the dark oak forest that I'm in, I think it could be really, really pretty. And then maybe here have like a straighter, no, let's do this, a slightly straighter root that's just dangling. And when you look at different areas around the world and how they've built things, you see quite a few places in like Indonesia and China and Tibet where, building out of living tree material or finding something that's been lost and reclaimed. There's something really beautiful about that. But yeah, I'm going to keep playing with this model, even though I should be spending time on Skizzlecraft doing building and helping with stuff. But I love this idea that I came across organically because of where I chose to be on the server. And again, I built just the very bare bones of this layout. And I think building up with the help of a tree. I think that's going to look really rad. And once we're able to get to 1.20, I can get these cherry trees as sort of planter box pretties. But that is kind of where my brain is at right now. There's a lot of stuff I've never built in Minecraft, but I think this is going to be well worth the effort, especially if I can. I mean, this is a very, very lofty goal, but if I could figure out how to do highlighting, so like have this as like shadow and then have a lighter wood kind of be like a highlight point. So let me see if I can show that appropriately or if it's going to look stupid. My first initial thought is that this might look stupid. But when you're doing like stuff with, nope, log. Okay, I want to look up oak. When you're doing certain things with sketching and artistry stuff, you want to do things to indicate highlights. So I'm wondering, so sun's right above me. I mean, it doesn't, it could work out. It could be pulled off, perhaps. I don't know. I will have to play around with that and maybe ask my server mates for help. Because there's a lot of people on there who might have a better idea. But again, I don't need to because, yeah, that was kind of a stupid thought. I don't necessarily need to try to figure out highlights unless, you know, it's a inactive build. I'm trying to create something that looks very active. I mean, I built an entire winch for this. I don't know if this will look good in full scale. I don't know how practical this will be. But I'm just playing around with this model, trying to figure out what the heck to do, because I've basically built this in reverse. I mean, on the server, my house is on the left. The first workshop and farm is to the back. And then, I don't know if I'll build this last little bit. I do like this with the lanterns and such. So I might just play around. But that is where the model stands. And the terrifying thing is, I can have several more bases. I have one more plot for the old overworld for a base claim. And then there's stuff with the other realms on the server, and I don't even know how to begin with that. I really don't know how to begin with that. But this is sort of the basic idea. So I guess we should hop on Skizzlecraft and take a look at what I have to work with. See you there.